Mohammed yesterday was just phenomenal. He made sure the Black Stars did not miss that game.
That was his AFCON debut.
Yes,
because
AFCON 2021 that was played in 2022, he was injured and missed the tournament.
Okay, and what a debut that was. Now, you said 2-1, it was a draw, so not 2-2. Quite what you predicted. Do you think that the Black Stars played well yesterday? Let's start on that front.
Well, I think it was better. It was improved with regards to organization. The team looked much more solid, and I think it's all about the importance of Kudus. That gap, that link between the midfield and the attack. Picking the pockets of spaces and making sure that opponents find it very difficult, because he could attract about 2 players, Mohamed El Neni and then Owusu of Al Ali. So it made it difficult for the Egyptians to also have to spread out their team like they would have wanted, and it really gave Ghana that opportunity to settle, especially the defensemen, because they knew that give the ball to Kudus, he can hold on to about 2 or 3 players, open space out for Ashmeru and the likes to move into. So it actually helped us. But one thing that I think the team is still lacking is creating chances. If you want to score, you need to be creating very good goal-scoring opportunities, and I think we did not have any proper goal-scoring opportunity that our players could have benefited from. The only time that we created a chance from Ashmeru Majid to Antoine Semenyo. Semenyo was just a tad offside and couldn't pick up that ball. Maybe you can talk about Denis Odoi's quick run into the opponent area to get a throw-in or a corner kick, and then a quick pass to Kudus to get that second goal, which anybody would term as a half chance, because that effort from Kudus shouldn't beat the goalkeeper, but it had to deflect off the defender's arm, and then Ghana had the second goal. So I think we are still lacking a bit on that front, creating proper good goal scoring opportunities.
What do you make of our opponent's performance yesterday? Egypt, it definitely came in energetically. I felt that at some points they would out-energize us. I don't even know if that's the right terminology, but they had a lot of stamina, it appeared. Was I reading that right? They gave us a tough time.
Well, I think they were chasing the game, and any side who chased the game would come out all guns blazing, and especially after they realized Mohamed Salah wasn't in the game. Come on, our talisman is off. So we now have the game to ourselves. Let us play the way we want and then win it, not playing to shoot Mohamed Salah in the team. So they came all out to try from all angles and then push Ghana, peg Ghana back. And I think that is how they've always played. When you play against the North Africans, they always want to push the game to you, allow you to commit mistakes, and they capitalize on that to punish you, and which was exactly the same thing that happened yesterday. They just pressed our team. Iñaki gave that back pass. Ordinarily, you expect him to stay on that ball, turn around, and then maybe kick it into the opponent's area. Same as Osman Bukhari, that pressure from them. And we call it high pressing. It's something that is evident in the modern game, because not all players are comfortable on the ball, to take some time, dribble, and have that opportunity to ease the team's pressure. So when you press them, we call them press triggers. They will trigger. It will trigger them to make, a decision that ordinarily they wouldn't make, and it helped them. So I think one of their game plans, or something that they are accustomed to, work for them in committing the Ghanaian players into making those basic errors that resulted in goals for Egypt. So yes, the energy levels were high, but I think it's all about the concentration levels of our players.
You think that is something that was lacking on the pitch yesterday?
Yeah, I think so. I'm sure they failed to realize the importance of the 1-goal lead they had at those moments. The 1-0 lead. I don't know who was telling them to be too quick trying to get into Egypt's half. I don't know who was telling them to, be in a rush to pass the ball and try to build another attack. It was just too quick, too sudden, and for players at that top level, I think they should know what to do. And even for concentration levels, it's coaching. It's what they do at the training grounds. It's what they've been doing in the last 2 or 3 weeks that should manifest in this game. But I think it's a bit that Chris Hughton and the rest of the technical team need to take a critical look at. If your players lose concentration, if they cannot find, the ease in the right moment to help the team to keep the lead and win games, then it looks like you have a part of your job not done well, and it means you are inefficient at that point, because this is a game of football. Every single detail counts, and if that detail is left out or the team lacks in that particular detail, then you haven't finished your job yet. And I think Chris Hughton, Didi Dramani, and George Boateng really need to take a critical look. But the players themselves, at this level, just like I'm saying, you play top level football. Someone like Iñaki plays for Athletic Bilbao in the Spanish La Liga with all the noise, with all the racial abuse. He's able to withstand it and play. Someone like Osman Bukhari plays for Red Star Belgrade. When you go to those areas, the fans are very volatile, but he manages to play at the Etihad. He played and scored against Manchester City. He was phenomenal against them. So if you've played at that top level, how do you succumb to this sort of pressure when you play against Manchester City? You were so confident playing against some of the top defenders and midfielders in the world. So I think some of our players need to just take a look at what they deliver when they come to the national team. Yesterday, fine, the passion was a bit up there, but I think, basic decision making on the part of some of the players were poor. Some were talking about the sequences of play that resulted in us losing or conceding the goal. Jordan held onto the ball too much for too long. He lost it. Kudus tried to recover it. Iñaki passed it back. So you take it from where we had the ball that we lost it, because when a team is in an attacking phase, it's different from the shape that they are in when they come to the defensive shape.
Right.
So anytime you lose the ball, in a split of a few seconds, your opponent gets the ball in your half, and then they just crumble your team.
We saw Dede Ayew play a full game. There's a lot of commentary on that on social media. Sorry, Jordan play for the entire game, and there were some comments on there that he should not have played the entire game. Do you agree with those sentiments, that he looked a bit rusty, if that's the word that we can use, towards the end of the match? But also others said that he was a great addition to the game and brought a lot to the game. So I saw two very opposing views on social media. I don't know why that was the case. From where you sat, were those comments situated in the right way?
Well, I think he spent too much time on the pitch. After 70 minutes, I think he should have been off. The game was begging for a quick runner, a player who could just take on the Egyptians, push them back, make them commit mistakes, and then keep our lead intact. Because Jordan seemed to be, holding on to the ball. He wasn't too much productive. He wanted to attract fouls, but he was not getting them. Simple passing, opening up spaces for himself was a bit difficult. So after 70 minutes, just take him off. You just take him off. You bring on a player who is much more energetic. We have Enes Nyama on the bench. I think this game was begging for him, because you look. For many times, I look at Egypt's team and you look at their laterals, and they have some of the top lateral defenders every single tournament. But these laterals that I saw yesterday, they were not the top laterals like you would have someone like Mohamed Barakat in there. These were not the top laterals that you expect from Egypt. So I think it was a great opportunity for us to just peg them back and then get, a very good scoreline. It could have probably been 3-1 or even maintain the 2-1 lead that we have, because Egypt, I've seen Hamdi, I've seen Omar Kamal, they are not at that top level where you expect us to struggle against them. And even yesterday, if Dennis Odoi, of all people, who doesn't normally try to overlap, was just getting past, that is Hamdi, it was a sign to the technical team that let's hit them right there, because if we hit them, the more that place becomes more porous.
That's right.
And then we get our opportunity to get more goals or goal scoring opportunities, which could have been better for the team. So I think there are times the coaches, the decision making, it's a bit
you sit back, you're not sure why they're making certain decisions.
And it manifested yesterday. They brought on Osman, and they had to take him off.
That's right, very quickly.
Yeah, because after he gave away that ball for the goal, he seemed to be off. The Osman you'd expect to accelerate when he had the ball was just too slow with getting the ball forward, and his delivery, I think he got two opportunities to send crosses in, but unfortunately the crosses were stopped on its way, and it really affected the team. But hopefully the coaches will just understand what we need, and then we would see how best we can advance going forward. But this was just a bit disappointing from the Black Stars, and so sad. Though I expected a loss, but I think they put in a great effort, and Kudus has just told us that yes, he's the star boy and he needs
the energy in the venue where I was when Kudus scored that first goal and that second goal. Kudus, for me, was certainly the man of the match. A performance to relishing and delighting. And I believe he'll be very instrumental in our next game. I know that we face off against Mozambique on Monday. Is that our final group game?
Yeah, that's our final group game. So we are going to play that game simultaneously with Egypt, who will also play against Cape Verde.
So this is where the calculations begin.
The calculations have already started. But I think all the Black Stars need to do is to win that game.
Yes.
You beat Mozambique, you go on 4 points, and you stand a very huge chance of qualifying as part of 4 of the best, third place teams.
Okay.
Yes,
all we need is for the Black Stars to win.
They should win.
They
should win. Just win the game. Just win the game, and you have 4 points, and you'll be good.
What are our chances like against the Mozambique team?
The Mozambicans have been very solid. Many expected less from them, but I think they have a very well-knit team. And that is what I say about tournament football. You need the right balance, you need the right edge, you need the right preparation. Your team should understand your philosophy and how you'd want to play. And I think the Mozambicans have been playing just like that. You look at their game against Egypt and how they managed to control the midfield, especially after going down in the second minute of the game. Maybe we're thinking, come on, this was going to be a goal fest for Egypt. But they came back and then they scored 2 goals before Egypt finally got, that equalizer in the final minute, courtesy a penalty, which was dispatched by Mohamed Salah. They're a very good team. They have players who are not playing at too, many top-level footballs. Some play in parts of Turkey, parts of Portugal, parts of South Africa, even in Mozambique itself. They have some very good local players who are part of this.
So not a side to be underestimated.
Exactly. You can't underrate them. And this afternoon, they play against Cape Verde. The result will indicate whether we are going to have it easy or not, because if they should lose that game, it means they're also going to come all guns blazing.
That's right.
They have just a point. And they would want to win and qualify. If they get just a point from that game, it means that they are going to come guns blazing because they would want to defeat us and get 5 points and qualify.
That's right.
If they lose that game, they would want to come at us, and then, or if they win, they have 4 points. They will still be looking at Egypt. Egypt are on 2 points now. If they lose, it means Cape Verde will be on 6 points. The final game Egypt plays against Cape Verde, Cape Verde would have already qualified. If Egypt win their game, it means Egypt will go on 5 points. And they would have to win to be part of the best third place nations. And they have Ghana to contend that slot with. So it's too much of an open group, but after this afternoon we'll get to know. But the Black Stars, all they need to do is to just win on
Monday. Monday, 8 p.m.
Monday, 8 p.m.
The Black Stars will face off against Mozambique. And we'll be giving you an opportunity, of course, to weigh in on yesterday's game and give us your thoughts. Kelvin is here with us. This is still 3FM Sunrise on 3FM 92.7.
Sunrise. 92.7 3FM, your urban lifestyle radio.
Participated in that poll yesterday. We were asking for your score predictions for the Egypt v Ghana game. 40% of you said Egypt would win. 44% of you said Ghana was going to win. But for the 16% of you who voted for a draw, you were absolutely right. That was the result after that very thrilling 90-plus minute game. 2 goals apiece to Egypt and to Ghana. Very shortly, we'll be plugging our telephone lines. And you too can let us know what you made of the Black Stars' performance yesterday. What went wrong and what went right? What do you think we need to change ahead of that game against Mozambique? You'll have your say.
Free FM Sunrise.
By fire, by force,
All right, we've had our say in the studio, and I'm here with Kelvin, Owusu, Ansah. You too can have your say. 0559-242-717. That's 0559-242-717. Alternatively, you can reach us on 0556-910-154. I see the phone lines are already blinking. Let's get on to the lines right about now. Hello, good morning. Who's speaking? Where are you calling us from?
Good morning, E.L.N. How are you doing? Speaking from Kwabinya.
E.L.N. from Kwabinya. It's great to hear your voice. You're on air.
This year, this is the first time I'm calling. So happy New Year to you.
Happy. In fact, it's a happy New Year to you.
Thank you. You see, my dear sister, although with the blaster, they've done their best. But it's really sudden that what? Kudus what? You were all calling on Kudus. And he came and he made his part by just unfortunate in Naki and Bukari. They couldn't sail us through. But I'll say her gem to still go ahead and and make the star shine. I'm saying this because it is only football that brings us together. When it comes to politics, it divides us. If you look at more division, my president, the EU president is bringing. We voted for you to give us development. I mean, I've said what is there. And for the look of things, I'll plead with the Council of State. What is their duty? They are there to counsel the president. So immediately the president comes out and says something, please, we beg of them, they should go ahead and counsel him.
Sure. I'll open up the phone lines towards the end of the show.
Thank you.
You tackled me with this one. Hello, good morning. Who's calling? Where are you calling us from? Okay, apologies for that. 055-924-2717. Hello, good morning. Papa Bissu, good morning to you.
Good morning, but yes.
In fact, where did you watch the match yesterday? I'm curious. At home?
I was really disappointed.
You were really disappointed?
On your network, Kelvin, I said, Dennis Odui has no business playing to be the one playing number two position. Dennis, that fair-colored guy, is not supposed to be part of this team. All the 2 goals were from that angle. All the 2 goals. Even Inaki, though he made a mistake by making that back pass also. Dennis should have rushed and blocked that very ball. Or did you watch the match?
I watched the match, full
Didn't
90
you
minutes.
See that one? Yes, okay. So, don't you see that? Anytime the Egyptians get the ball, they move to Dennis Oduy's side.
That's right.
That side is leaking. That position is leaking. I said it on your network that guy has no business to be part of the Black Stars. You see, look, if you're a defender should be somebody that people will fear. They see your face, no, they are even afraid to come and approach you. To approach you. Dennis should be dropped. You are dropping Bukari and you kept Dennis there. Dennis will not there at number 2 position. If Dennis play the next match, we will lose the match.
You say if he plays on Monday, we're going to lose to Mozambique.
We are going to lose the match. Dennis should be dropped. Dennis always should be dropped from the number 2 side. He should be dropped. Thank you very much, my sister.
Thank you, Papa Bissu, for that call. 0559-242-717. 0559-242-717. 0556-910-154. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Kelvin.
Who am I speaking with, please?
Yeah, this is Carlos.
Let's hear from you. You're on air.
Yeah, let me speak to you a little bit. Because I know President Ukraine, sports presenter, now me didn't know you.
I don't know, didn't know you.
Now, in the bit much, Inaki Williams now, Yeah, but apart from who Ellen, so she born
Michelle Bonibi, Michelle Pan.
Now, the man for Ponuko and tell me who is all game and catch them.
Make us know. Did you listen to the conversation?
No, listen.
No, I'm just asking you. Did you hear me? Did you hear me say? Listen. No, wait. No, wait. Did you listen? No, wait. Did you hear me? No, wait. I'm asking you a simple question. No, wait. I'll ask you a simple question. Did you hear? No, wait. I understand. Wait. You are saying something. I asked you a simple. I said something. No, wait. No. I want to ask you something. Just a simple question. You answer and you continue.
I'm listening.
Did you hear me say that Iñaki Williams and Osman Bukhari disappointed with their loss of concentration and bad decision making given away? Answer me. Did you hear that part?
Listen, I heard you, but it wasn't listening to me.
It wasn't what?
It wasn't sounding listening to you. Let me make
so you expect? All right, continue.
You know something, Ellen?
Yes.
Jordan.
It's you.
Jordan, be a big player now. He hold on to ball. Emma Ghana Blaster. Tell me who else? On quality and come and defend back. No serious coach will let Matthew Williams on the pitch. Since World Cup up to now, he's still playing. And we have a lot of strikers there. And no coach will bench the day you and play Matthew Williams. If only the coach wants to succeed in a game, no coach will do that. How can you bench if baller Matthew Williams the ball here they are? They don't deserve to play because they will come and defend and he will make sure say he will score a goal for you and you will pass the ball for somebody to score. What was Iñaki Williams doing in the game? What was he doing? No, Monka Semina who's a ball in the issue. Ball now, Iñaki Williams, since World Cup, whoever came in there, which man catch him say clear pass me or the man player be a man boy and I say Bibisa, which man say me. You couldn't even single one out since World Cup, the film in the match. Put in single one correct pass your my class of bimbo. You walk up in your money pass the ampa up to date what a super. Could never boss are born the same. So it's in there or the super have or the super airball. Oh, what my friend said they only did it. Iñaki Williams ball when quality and the day 100%, 199% done. Your friend said, born in the same day, never bring your show no. What I said, born over the Munya.
And a bufu kakra.
Because as I never be because no my blame my move custom no what custom na whatever. In that cool as boy fuka for Jordan about him.
Asembanya butre.
No, the point listen, the point you are making the point you are making is very clear. The point you are making is very clear. But if you listen to me, wait. Okay, wait. Okay, listen. The first game.
So if you want to help the coach to build it,
so wait.
Let the coach know that coach, this player doesn't deserve to play.
All right.
Yente Kelvin side kakra. Yente Kelvin.
So the first, listen, I don't even want to go to the first game because Iñaki came on in the second half and I think the game was just gone. Now, if you watch yesterday's game and you listened to me moments ago, Helen asked me a specific question that people think that Jordan Ayew spend too much time on. Wait, come on, you let me talk. Nobody's saying Jordan should be benched, but people are saying he spent too much time on the ball in the game.
Mention a player that will come and replace him. That is good than Jordan. Tell me. I'm not trying to defend Jordan here. But tell me, you want what?
It's not every single game you have your best players or your star players performing at top levels. And we see it every now and then. You remember the World Cup final when Antoine Griezmann was substituted just before halftime. Do you remember?
Yes, I remember.
Did they give wait, and you remember the players who came on? Ordinarily, would you pick Kolomwani or Thuram ahead of Antoine Griezmann if you are making your selection?
No, I wouldn't do that.
Very good. Griezmann had a terrible day, but when Thuram came on, it gave the liberty for France to create more goal-scoring opportunities. Didn't it happen? Wasn't that the case? So after 70 minutes, what I said was, I think that the game needed more pacey runners or pacey players, and I think that Niama. So it was. Listen.
So let the coach know. our Inaki Williams is not playing anything.
All right, we hear you. We understand. We understand.
To be on the bench.
We understand you. That's fine.
He doesn't have the heart to play for the Black
That's fine.
That's what we have to know.
Let others also come on and make their submission.
All right, we'll allow for some more calls. And it's good to see you all so passionate about the Black Stars. Another 2 more calls and we'll park it here for the sports segment on 3FM Sunrise. Asemba Munyabo Tre. Hey, Kelvin, people get very passionate about the Black Stars. Oh.
No. The point is, yes, everyone is passionate. But
right.
if you listen to a conversation and then you take it out of context, because when I asked him, he said he heard me saying that Iñaki and then Bukari made bad decisions. So how then do you come back at it and say that I did not speak about Iñaki? You get it? So I think, yes, we all understand. We are passionate about the Black Stars.
Yes.
But we should be discerning in making, some of these, comments. What I said about Jordan, it's very fair. Not all top players have very good games. You go to the other nations and they substitute players based on their performance on the pitch. Nigeria made substitutions yesterday, not because Moses Simon is a bad player, but they felt that they needed a balance in the team. Jordan gives us quality balance. He holds on to the ball, wins us free kicks. He has very good runs. But yesterday, after 70 minutes,
you think the leg should have been rested?
You get it. It should have been rested for a more, fresh limb to come on.
Let's get on to our next caller. Hello, good morning. Who's calling? Where are you calling us from?
Good morning, Lincoln.
Lincoln, great to hear your voice this morning. Hope you're well.
I'm fine.
All right. Where did you watch the match yesterday?
I didn't watch, but I was listening to the commentary.
Okay, let's hear from you.
And kudos to the Black Stars. Let me commend them. Sometimes we think we know too much. We all know Egypt is not a small team. They have better team more than Black Stars. So we should thank God for what happened yesterday. We encourage the Black Stars to do more. Ghanaians are expecting better performance.
That's right.
Because I listened to another station, somebody came like how my friend was screaming, shouting on the host. You don't do that. Look, football, sometimes when you sit in front of the TV, you see a lot of mistakes. Look, if you are a player, you want to pass the ball to somebody, the person is police. How do you go ahead and pass the ball? It's a strategy. You want to pass the ball to a player and somebody is policing the person. You have to make sure you handle the ball until the person is free. But look at how people are shouting as if they pay the players. I don't do sports like that. Let's give them the support. That is why the coach is there. And that is what sometimes we put pressure on the coach, and then at the end of the day,
that's right.
Everything is spoiled. So let's support them so that at the end of the day, even if we don't take the cup, we will bring something home. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for your call, Lincoln. And we'll still have space for 1 or 2 more calls and we'll park it for the sports. But take a listen to Kudus Mohammed after the game.
To reflect on the results, but we got the points today. I felt we deserved more because the goals they scored was some silly mistakes from us, which we need to learn from. And we put this game aside and then we focus on the next game. We knew Egypt was a good side, so we came with all the energy and the enthusiasm. So credit to all the boys. Everyone gave their all. I think we fought and then, we focused on the next game. Yeah, it's very possible. Until we finish the last game in the group, it's the same focus. You could see the fighting spirit and the energy from the guys today. We have to do more than that in the last game, because we have to get the 3 points as all costs and then we see what's going to happen after. The ultimate goal for all of us is to lift the trophy, but the sub goal is to get out of the group. So the focus, is on one game at a time.
And the focus, of course, one game at a time. Let's get on to our last caller, our very last caller for the morning on this segment. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Helen. How are you?
Kosami, good morning to you. Hope you're well. Where did you watch the match yesterday?
I watched the match in my room.
Okay, you didn't want your pressure to go high. You didn't watch it in a big group.
No. I normally don't watch matches in big groups.
Okay. Talk to us.
I think the boys did well. It's only unfortunate that, as Kudu said, there's a silly mistake that were missed. Ellen, I have been a goalkeeper before in school up to zonal level. I was a zonal goalkeeper. I know how to do that. Look, you if you watch the goalkeeper, you keep on telling, you see that giving a sign of his head that concentrate, telling them to concentrate. That's the sign he was giving them. But you get a ball closer to a corner, a touchline, and why don't you play the ball out? Why don't you play the ball out? You know how the goalkeeper was very serious. Because he's saying you shouldn't have given the ball back to him. Play the ball out. Well, if they go play it, if it's a throw, if you play it out and it's a throw or a corner, you know how to defend it. But you don't give that back passes when you know your opponent it is very, very serious to score. I think the mistake was very unfortunate, but the boys, I think they did well. They did well, very, 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 very well. And then they need a commendation. We have to commend them. But the coach, it changes at times. It's problematic. He's a coach that is on toes on the VFA, and they also sat down to accept him. But the boys played out their heart out to make sure they win the match. But it was fortunate that we have a draw match. I think they deserve, commendation from Ghanaians. Let's pray for them for the next match, for them to all be to go. And the number 2 position, what do? The strikers that fall back to support you. Where was he? Where was he? They fall back to support you. But you are not anywhere near to them. To also support them. When they give the ball, when he came back to take the ball, you should be behind him to be able to take the ball. But he was nowhere to be found. It's already happened. Let's pray for the next game.
Let's do that. On Monday, we'll play against Mozambique and we'll come back to the conversation. Thank you so much for all of your calls this morning. Oh boy, Kelvin. Hey, boys, we're full.
Charlie.
I said, Mom, why?
Favorite 20.
That's the thing. If you step on a few toes, but I mean, we are just observing, also giving our opinion on what we watched. Okay, you watch it with the different lens, of course. As Kelvin is saying, with your favorite in mind. But
hardly do we want to go at players, like that, because there are times they would want to do so much for the team, but it ends up in the wrong way. So you don't demoralize them like that. And the reason why there may be certain times Jordan may not be my favorite, but I should measure the way and manner in which I talk about him. Iñaki may have a bad day. I measure the way and manner I talk about him, but I'll still go hard and then let the mistake known that yes, this is a mistake. Richard Ofori in the first game, after the first game, we made complaints several times that come on, this is not a goalkeeper who should be input for the Black Stars. But I think gradually his reflexes are becoming a bit sharper. And then what Bukari offered today, if you look at Bukari's performance for Red Star Belgrade in the Champions League and for his club side, he's one of the best performing, forwards that we have in the team. So ideally, you wouldn't expect these players to be making these errors in the defensive end of our pitch. We just hope that they'll recover quickly. This is the second time I've seen Iñaki go down or break down after games. If you watch the game, when he was in the dugout after the substitution, he was so dejected and he had, the babe on his face. It looks like he was weeping in there. We had the same thing after the first game, that he was a bit disappointed with his performance. And I think it's a bit problematic, but we haven't really played to suit him. If you really look at him, any coach or any football loving fan who loves tactical play would see Iñaki make so many runs into very good channels. But who is the player going to feed him with that ball? And that is the problem of our team. If we had Thomas Partey fit, that problem would have been solved because he's the one who picks those passes. He has the vision to make those passes. If you had someone like Mubarak Wakasu, if you had Koja Samoa, if you had Sule Muntari, these deliveries will just be pinpoint and it will be there. Or even Stephen Apiola Kenson. But we don't have such players in our team. And that is why I think it's a problem. We need to find players with such profiles, so that even if Ashmeri is having a bad day and he goes off, you have a player in that set profile to come on and deliver. Our team is short of that. Nigeria are short of defensive midfielders. Ndidi is injured. They sent only one defensive midfielder, and he also got injured in the first game. So yesterday they had to improvise and play their left back in midfield. But yes, they managed to get the results because, yes, they adapted to their game style and then they got the better of the Ivorians. If you are not able to do that, our forwards are always going to struggle and would have to depend on the ingenuity of, someone like Kudus Mohammed, or maybe set pieces and then Jiku will knock it down or Salisu will knock it down. It doesn't help the team and it doesn't make you find confidence in the team that, yes, this is the progression, or in the next 2 years, this is what we are going to see. You look at the Senegalese team and you can tell next 2 years, Senegal are going to be monstrous because they have extremely young players.
That's right.
The likes of Saliusis, Sabali and the likes are not in this team. Kuyate is fading off. Nampali's Mendy is even fading off. Idris Aganage is going off.
Making way for that new crop of players.
20-year-olds, 19-year-olds, 21, 22-year-olds. They are the ones playing for Senegal now. And they've given them that confidence. For someone like Lamine Camara, who was playing at the Under-20 Nations Cup last year, he just went to Metz in France to play for them in the Ligue 1. He's playing for Senegal in central midfield, and he's being held by the experience of someone like Sadio Mane. Chelsea striker Nicholas Jackson is on the bench. He's not even starting for Senegal. It tells you an indication of what their coach wants and the kind of balance he wants to have in his team. So if we fail to get those things right, we are still going to struggle and depend on the individual brilliance of our players when we actually don't have a well-knit team. And that doesn't help.
Kelvin, my favorite sports encyclopedia. Thank you for your time this morning. On Monday, we go again. This is still 3FM Sunrise on 3FM 92.7. A lot more coming your way. We're still on our path for growth and success in the year 2024. My business owners, you're going to want to hang around for this one. It's truly exciting. Maureen Atibawoni is going to be telling us how to keep our customers happy and in turn keep money in our pockets for the year 2024. Don't go anywhere.